The rate at which Nigerians migrate to other countries has hit an all-time high. This development, which has been named the Jaguar Wave, has affected the medical field, leaving it in a dire need of more practitioners. In a 2022 report, the Nigerian Medical Association revealed that over 40 doctors leave the country every week to seek greener pastures abroad. Also, earlier this year, the National Association of Resident Doctors revealed that only a few over 9,000 medical doctors are left with the association due to the surging immigration pressure on Nigeria's healthcare system. VOP went on the street to feel the pulse of the nation regarding this development.
In my own opinion, I can say anybody have right to work wherever he or she likes. For example, when these so-called doctors are in school, government have little impact on what they paid. Now, for example, federal universities before they are paying a little amount of money. Now they are paying very high. In my own case now, my daughter is in year 2. I know how much I paid last year when she was in year 1. Now I pay so much on her now. Maybe at the end of the day she graduated, and one government make a law that she should not work where she like to work. So it's not a good idea. Anybody has right to work where or she is like. So in case if doctors want to relocate abroad, it's their own decision. So far government cannot meet their needs here, and you see somebody over there that will pay their bills and make them somebody in life, so they have right to go and work whatever you want. So that decision by government that they should work 5 years here before they should travel, in my own opinion, is wrong decision.
Malaria drug as of last year it was less than 1,000. There are different types. You get it? It was less than 1,000. So compare 1,000 naira to that very astronomical price. You get, so now you see that, which I've said this before to some media people. Nigerians have now reverted to roadside pharmacy. You know what I call roadside pharmacy? The Oka pharmacy. Those hawking the agbo traditional. You get what I'm saying? That is what Nigerians are now reversing to. Everybody's buying agbo. This morning you buy agbo to take, because you cannot afford the normal drug. The companies are running away because the cost of doing business is too high for them. They are running away. I just heard that GSK left the country a few weeks ago. The whole GSK that is international, you get it, left the country because they could not survive the cost of doing business. The cost of doing business. So many of them are gone. Blue Band that was made in Nigeria is made in Ghana now. Tema Ghana. Why? All these countries were coming to Nigeria. Now they are running away from Nigeria. So what's going on? It's not only on malaria. Talk about AIDS, HIV, talk about diabetes, talk about any small ailment, even syringe to buy, so expensive. So expensive. The government is not taking the bull by the horn. Why? Let me give you a very good example that I always give them on media. I'll take China as an example. China will produce rice. They have a farm. The farmer will buy whatever. You will buy pay for the land, pay for workers, pay for the everything. You put the rice. You will bag the rice, pay for bagging. You will move the rice to the port, pay for the logistics. You will pay the government. The rice will cross to Nigeria. You get it? You will pay the shipping. When it gets to Nigeria, the rice will be far cheaper than the one that is produced in Nigeria. Just at my backyard here, the one that is produced thousands of kilometers away will be far cheaper than the one that is produced in Nigeria here. The question is, why? Is it not land that will plant rice? Is it not rice grain that will plant? Is it not the grain you plant? So if they have land in China and they have land here, and we plant the same rice in China, we plant the same thing in here, and we do the same running cost. Why is it so cheap? You get it? When the rice gets to Nigeria, and Nigeria cannot export its own because the people in Nigeria find it even difficult to buy it. This is where the government needs to sit down and set up a committee to look into how these people made their own cheaper when it gets to Nigeria. By then, if our own is cheaper in Nigeria, we can produce more and export. You get? Look at Kenya. Kenya is exporting beef. You get it? Kenya is exporting beef. Nigeria, you get it? We have so many cattle. You remember Ruga and so many that the past president spent so much money on, and still it is far expensive, the same meat, beef, compared to the one produced in Kenya. Why?
What impact did communities make in their life? That communities, I will refer it to government. For example, now, before, like federal universities, government do pay some amount of money to alleviate the, how can I put it, for the fees, for the school fees. But now, I can remember I paid not up to 48,000 naira in year one, but this year I paid 176,000. Now, the guy is facing accommodation problem now. I spend 2,000 on daily basis from my 12 to Unilag, 2,000. So at the end of the day, maybe the girl graduated, she wanted to work wherever she is now. So one government will say, okay, she should work 5 years here. Did government give me 1 naira or 2 naira? So that decision left. You can work wherever you are. You can work.
Following the Senate proposal for a bill to compel medical professionals to work in Nigeria for 5 years before being allowed to travel abroad, Nigerians have criticized the move, hoping that the government will put more policies in place to aid the medical field.